What's going on? Got to celebrate 5K. I mean, you know, this is fun. I mean, this is for you guys. Do it for all. Let's go live. We are live enjoying this. Might as well start a little early, see who's on here. Probably be, the more people we get on, I'll probably stay on here till about 10:30. We'll discuss stocks like this, you know, things that own Gatorade and everything. See if I can get more people on here. I'll just do my little live chat right here. Let people know I'm on. People are entering and leaving. So we got about 10 minutes. I was going to get on here, get things going. Kimberly, if I see you on Instagram, if you want to hop on, why don't you get on here? So what's going on? Marie, how you doing? Get more people on here. I'm just trying to like give a shout out in like chat for a little bit and then get on. Just trying to like text people. I know, look at me, I'm like all dressed up. We got to celebrate, you know, it's 5K subscribers. I'm just trying to promote this real quick.
Want to take control of your finances?
It's fun doing these videos. Jeez. I'm trying to. Where do I have the link? Oh, trying to get this. What's going on, Oscar? Oh, how do I do this? Search Dividend. See what's going on. You got about 10 more minutes and we'll get this thing going. Starting to hop on. I'm just trying to get my Instagram followers to hop on here and go from there. All right. So Oscar, what's new, man? We got about 10 more minutes. I'm just trying to get more people on here. You guys buy anything, or what do you guys plan on getting? What are you guys planning on getting Monday? Ooh. In my old stocks, I used to own Norton LifeLock. Just popped up. Just renewed my Norton. You guys ever look at that one? It's not. I did own that one. I sold it and got it. More high yield dividend stocks on there. What'd you get? I was gonna tell you guys I was gonna post a video yesterday, and I got done with my semester, and there's a few shots that were flowing, and I was like, ooh, I don't think I'll be posting a video tonight. I don't think I would want to be live. Now those are three great stocks. I was gonna let you know I did have Abbvie at 2%, my M1 Finance dividend portfolio, and I went down 1%. And I actually started to put a little bit more in RYLD, just cheaper, and it's a higher yield. Abbvie's a really good monthly dividend stock. I like that one. I mean, I got to give kudos to a lot of the guys out there that really introduced me to Abbvie. That's a really good one. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. I got like a ton of stocks, literally like products that have stocks like this. Drinking this right now. Is it what, $4 for $5, or no? Was it $5 for $5 or something like that, or $4 for 5 of these? I got a deal at Mark's and over in my area. And when I posted the video about credit cards and everything, credit card companies like KeyBank, which I use, or Huntington Bank shares, or those guys, Mark's for like the longest time would not take any credit cards. They're just straight cash. And it would drive me nuts. I would never go there, and nobody would ever go there because everybody started carrying credit cards. And then lo and behold, they started accepting credit cards, and people started to go there. I like Mark's. It's real close. We don't have any Kroger over here. What a great dividend stock that is. Dividend growth stock, Kroger. Oh, there we go. We got about 5 minutes left. Not bad for a Friday night. We got 5 people on here. Everybody give me a thumbs up if you guys are on here. I just want to see who's on right now. I'm actually going to bring up VYM too tonight, because I can't really afford the stock that owns this, but VYM has that stock. Pretty sure. Give a screenshot. We got 7 people. Now we're talking. This is starting to get bigger. Like that. So Matt Ramey, I was going to let you guys know, Matt Ramey is going to Caterpillar. Who can say no to that? TRL, not bad. Nothing wrong with either of them. Again, none of this is financial advice, but I mean, you look at the trends, like I said, the past 5 years, 10 years, dividend increase, stock split history, it's there. I mean, it's hot. You know, it's good. I don't know if you guys watched my video that I just posted, but I mean, Prudential is one that I mentioned in the video. It's a high yield. Yeah, just remind me on that. I mean, the best way to do it is go on Twitter. And a lot of you guys, I just want to let you know, I'm very close to getting to 700 followers on Twitter. And once I get on there, once I get to 700, I mean, you guys can chat with me actually on Twitter versus being in a chat, just typing. It's better to interact speaking. That would, I mean, if you guys could, I mean, my Twitter is twitter.com at darkdividend23. I'm just going to get that. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, darkdividend23. I pretty much give you a hint what's on there. I'll speak my mind about hot rates or hot, what's his name? Dwayne Cox is all riled up making comments. Am I saying it right? REIT? Yeah, I don't think he likes the way I say it. Maybe I'm speaking too fast or something. Yeah, I got crypto. I'm a happy camper today. I'm actually going to look into crypto staking. I may create a separate YouTube channel in the next year or so, especially when I'm done with this coursework. I'm going to look into crypto staking. There's some really good platforms out there, and I need to learn how to master it. I got people on here. Yeah, I mean, I just need to find a good platform. I know, I forget who posted the video, but there's one I just want to make. I want it very simple where I literally can flip it like M1 Finance, reinvest or just take the money. So that's what I'm trying to look for, a good app. I mean, if you find something, tell me. I'd be glad to do that. I don't know, would I have to be Dark Dividend again? I mean, I'd have to make a new Dark name. So we are live. It is 9:00 p.m. Thank you guys so much. This is the 5,000K subscribers celebration. I definitely want to talk on to or discuss dividend investing and dividend investing stocks. You know, you guys have been fantastic on this channel. I'm going to continue to keep on posting videos for you guys. It's very fun to post videos for you guys. People are hopping on and off, which is, you know, that's fine. I know you guys have things to do. It's Friday night, but I wanted to celebrate this with you guys. I partied a little too much after my semester, which just finished on Wednesday. But really want to discuss dividend stocks, dividend growth investing strategies. A lot of things that I'm looking into with my dividend stocks, especially with M1 Finance, my dividend investing strategy. There are good stocks out there. One of the things that I'm really looking into, I do have a communication sector in my M1 Finance, Lumen Technologies, LUMN. I don't know if they're going to increase their dividend over time. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or not. It's a good high yield dividend stock. It's a big CenturyLink. Those guys are a big one. I do want to let you guys know, Matthew Ramey is going to be my dividend investor of the week. He has a very big, he has a very nice book. It's in a package. I will, once I post some videos next week, that will be on there. That will be, hey, what's going on? Good evening. How are you? And so he will be my investor of the week. A lot of these books that I post are people who I think very highly of, investors like 401k, Budget Dogs 401k investing in some dividend investing strategies. Because I can't answer everything, so I do like to refer people because I myself, I'm in graduate school. I love posting videos and being live with you guys, but it is sometimes hard to do and discuss things in detail. But if we get to 700 followers on my channel, I'm sorry, not my channel, but on my Twitter, I can do live chats with you guys. We can actually interact. We can discuss certain stocks and certain sectors. I was just with Matt Money on there, and there's another guy, like his name's like TD Defense Investor. He's a really good investor, and a lot of these strategies are fun and to discuss strategies on certain stocks. I mean, Matt Money is very knowledgeable in the oil sector. Obviously, he specializes in that, and he feels very confident in oil stocks. And it was really nice to discuss ExxonMobil and the strategies of ExxonMobil and everything. So I thought that was very interesting, really good discussion. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. But I do have some really good dividend growth stocks for you guys to check out. If this doesn't sound too good, let me know. I'll try to adjust the settings. The first one is I'm drinking Gatorade. So who owns Gatorade? That's the first question. This is a phenomenal stock that has increased its dividend over time. Of course, Norton LifeLock gets in the way. But the dividend stock that owns this right here not only has had excellent dividend growth investing. That's right. Come on, you guys got to know what stock owns Gatorade. This has an excellent dividend growth history. This stock is better. I'll give you a hint. I don't think it's Coca-Cola, is it? What's the rival of Coca-Cola? So that's the thing about that stock. Its dividend growth is phenomenal. So when you want to invest in dividend stocks, you want to see the dividend increases. Past 5 years, 10 years, price per share. Is a stock in demand? Is Pepsi in demand? I would think so. I have Quaker Oats like right here. I could probably pull it up. It's like as big as my head, a box. And that's a really good dividend stock that increases over time. It increases its dividend over time. It's a great dividend growth stock. Look, if I had $10,000 with Pepsi versus Coke, again, none of this is financial advice. It's entertainment purposes, disclaimer, blah, 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 in the description. But if I had $10,000, I'd throw it in with Pepsi in a heartbeat. I mean, that is a really good dividend growth stock. Its price per share has done phenomenal, and its dividend has increased. Just go on NASDAQ.com right now and look at the dividend increase of Pepsi over time. What a beautiful dividend stock. I mean, that stock's in demand, okay? Now, speaking of VYM, I'm pretty sure VYM has it. All right, Kevin, take care. Thanks for stopping by. But, Pepsi is in demand. Look at how many products they own. What do I think of Pepsi selling Tropicana? Big deal because they got somebody like this. Big deal. I really don't think that's a big deal because there's such a juggernaut. I mean, Frito-Lay. When I was literally chatting with someone at work, STNA, her husband works for Frito-Lay. I'm pretty sure Pepsi owns Frito-Lay. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But they have so many things that they sell in the store that are in demand. Tropicana, think about this. If you think about a stock like Tropicana or a company like Tropicana, that's orange juice. Now, we are very unhealthy in this country, okay? And orange juice isn't the healthiest thing with people with renal failure. So you don't want to drink Tropicana. A lot of people are trying to be healthier, drink water. You got things like G2 like this that, how many calories? I'm just looking, 50 calories, serving size per bottle. So I don't think it's a big deal if Tropicana is out there because Pepsi is just a juggernaut. Now, if Coca-Cola, let's just say maybe something that they sold, you know, maybe like what is it? I love their protein. Gosh, I totally had a brain freeze. What is it? Fairlife protein. Now, if they got rid of that one, I could see that being an issue a little bit, but just Tropicana with a big juggernaut like Pepsi, I don't see that being that much of a deal. I mean, they're increasing their dividend. People are buying stuff like crazy. People still buy, people like Diet Pop. I mean, Pepsi owns a lot of companies, and I don't see them going anywhere. So I like Coca-Cola. I have them in my M1 Finance Dividend portfolio. I dropped them to 1%. I want to put a little bit more money into some other dividend stocks, and then Coca-Cola will go back to 1%. Then we'll start being able to buy Coca-Cola with dividends. I mean, I'm generating, I think, right around 125, 130 a month on M1 Finance, I think. So, you know, I'm starting to really generate stuff. I'll have to calculate that. I think what I'm going to do is quarterly calculations with that. Daily dividends, how you doing, by the way? So that's one thing that I'm going to look into. I also want to discuss one of my favorites. Now, these guys own Suave, and you see I got a nice deal. This is a cheap shampoo. You guys that like, you know, want to be a little bit cheap and stuff smells good, and females, Suave is a good one. And here's a logo right here, Unilever. So Unilever is another one that, you know, has been pretty well consistently increasing its dividend. This is another stock that's in demand. I mean, I use Axe products. I use Unilever products. I absolutely love that stock. That's a really good dividend stock. It's just like this one with right here, Procter and Gamble. So Procter and Gamble is another one. I mean, that one, people need it. People are going to use it in the store. I mean, don't eat Tide Pods, obviously, but you know, that's another one that increases its dividend over time. These guys have a strong reputation. So the nicest thing about compound interest in dividend investing, you know, a pandemic happens, price per share goes down, the dividends that are still increasing, you have an opportunity to buy more shares if a dip happens, just based on the dividends. So that's one thing that's very impressive with a lot of these dividend stocks out there that are in demand that have increased their dividends over time. Feel free at any moment to ask a question about dividend stocks. Speaking of another one that I did post a video on, Hefty, okay, you know, people need garbage bags. This one has a 3% dividend yield, and the stock is, let's see, Reynolds Consumer Products. I did post a video on these guys, and we need garbage, right? We need trash. And wait, who's on this logo real quick? Arm & Hammer. Is that Church & Dwight? Another really good dividend portfolio that has increased its dividend over time. That's one stock actually, Church & Dwight. I actually considered that stock in a Roth IRA. I have like a traditional IRA. I was in Acorns. I couldn't switch it over to a Roth, I guess, because I could have got a penalty. And I don't know, Acorns, they're just goofballs. I may have to do a video on them. I can't stand them. I mean, they're basically taking your money. You can make a M1 Finance portfolio and not have to pay the Acorns fees. But, you know, another thing is I have another stock right here. Clorox, they took a little bit of a dip, but, you know, this pandemic, I mean, we need to be a little bit clean. We need to be washing our hands. We need to be wiping counters and stuff. And the coolest thing with Clorox is they actually have a zapper, you know, goes in rooms, like in my hospital, and it zaps rooms. And it pretty much kills 99.9% of bugs in the room. So COVID rooms, like where people leave, Clorox has that machine that just zaps everything. Well, oil companies, I mean, it's good to be diversified. And I did do a video on Exxon, I mean, Exxon just doesn't, they're well diversified with certain things they have. Go on their website. This is what made me still buy into Exxon. I probably need to get Chevron too, because it's a little bit of a higher dividend yield stock. And really, I think, these companies learn to adapt. They suck up companies. What happens if they start sucking up these solar companies? So I'm just going to hold on to those guys, reinvest the dividends, buy more shares, see what happens. It's just better to, I'm just going to wait it out. I mean, I used to be, I gotta buy this, and sell it. I can't do that. I'm at work, I'm seeing patients, I'm doing homework. Literally, when I post a video, I'm back to doing homework or doing a paper or doing something or doing a group project and stuff. I mean, I really don't have a life during the semester. I know I went out a little bit, but gosh, pathophysiology early in the I'm getting all these like spam things on YouTube with people commenting. I guess I'm starting to get all these spammers. But the thing is, like, I'm just gonna reinvest and just go from there. I'm trying to think. I mean, oil, we're gonna need oil. I mean, natural gas, I mean, we're gonna need it. And I did discuss First Energy. My air conditioning is going on. I'm pretty sure I paid my electric bill. But First Energy is a company that had issues with Larry Householder and corruption. Boy, did they take a nosedive, but man, they have increased their dividend over time. That is a cheap utility stock, FE. Can't stand those guys as a company, but I got to be rational and understand that they're a big juggernaut in Ohio and kind of like West Virginia. They're starting to suck up other companies, getting bigger. They generate a ton of money based on, and people need air conditioning. People need, right here, I'm mostly electric here, so I have to rely on that. And, there's just a lot of companies. You got to think of correlations. Are these companies in demand, like I was saying before? Yes, Pepsi's in demand. They have stuff on the shelves. BGS. Now, BGS is a high yield dividend stock. A lot of people feel confident in the dividend being sustainable. We'll see. But it's, there's a high yield dividend stock. Verizon, that's another one that I bought. High yield dividend stock. Everybody needs a phone. Everybody needs, a connection. So that's the nice thing about dividend investing and these high yield dividend stocks that have increased their dividends over time. That's why, another thing is that's why I kind of follow Matthew Ramey's dividend investing schedule and stuff, because certain stocks distribute certain dividends at a certain time and they do that. But one thing that I want you guys to look into is the financial sector, because this one, and what's the other one? These three dividend stocks are bank stocks. And as a bank, you have to be really stupid to screw up as a company. Either you get bought off or you completely fail as a company. And I think these guys, people that are business owners, look, I work in a hospital. Healthcare is like one of the most poorly run businesses. Banks, financial people, they know what the hell they're doing. So I'm just letting you know, bank stocks that are down, that are high yield dividend stocks, that's why I'm buying these ones, because they're in demand, they're increasing their dividends over time, and they have a high yield. So, right now, these guys are still cheap, and I'm definitely going to capitalize on it. Any real estate investment trusts that you guys are looking at? Any new ones? Any of them in demand? Just trying to see if anybody's going to comment or anything. I mean, I'll keep on going. So, the other thing is the real estate investment trusts are starting to pump back up. They're starting, well, I wouldn't say pump. I mean, I'm starting to sound like those Reddit goofballs. But they're starting to jump up again. So the real estate sector, anytime there's a pandemic, ILPT, let me look those guys up. I'm going to have to look them up real quick. Logics Properties Trust. Well, it's going up. That's one thing. I mean, the price per share is going up, so they're doing something right. ILPT, they're going up. I'm gonna look at macro trends. I'd have to look at their revenue real quick. Earnings per share. Somebody was asking me about ARC. I mean, it's a BDC, I'm pretty sure, but it's March. Still looking. So I'm looking at its history. Well, it's jumping up. It is jumping up from 2019 to 2020. That is looking very attractive. Actually is attractive. It's jumping up. Still, even during the pandemic, it's gone up. So I'm looking at, this is ranked in millions. 147.89, 153, 156, 162, 229, 254. Okay, so we are seeing an increase in revenue. We're seeing an increase in price per share. That is very attractive. Now we always look at the dividend history of ILPT. I try to make it very basic. I don't want to jump the gun and do all this. I just keep it very basic. Well, I mean, it's consistent at 33 cents. It hasn't decreased anything. Yeah, I mean, PE ratio 19.05, a 4.97% dividend yield. I'm actually going to screenshot that on my phone right now and keep an eye on that. That's a great catch right there. I think that looks like a good one. So far, again, not financial advice. You guys know. An AIRC, apartment income REIT. Well, I'm going to say, I'm already going to tell you yes. Just by looking at the increase in price per share, I don't even have to tell you that it's going to increase its dividend. I have a feeling that it's going to, AIRC. I can almost guarantee even before even looking at it. 43 cents, 44, 3.32% dividend yield. That's going to increase. I think you got two of them that look pretty good. REI. Look at art. Whoa. Just happened. All right, there we go. Something just popped up. REI. Is that the REI? Is that the Is that how you say it, Shamir? Send me the symbol of this one. I'm not sure if this is Ring Energy that you're referring to or the REI. Yeah, let me know. So you got somebody asked me about ARC. I The thing with business development companies, I mean, it is the Ares Capital. I don't know. I mean, it's 8.05%. I've seen it's 42 cents and 40, then it's 41. I just keep an eye on it. All right, I'm gonna look it up right now. RioCan Real Estate Investment Trust. Are we allowed to invest in that one? Well, it's got a 4.24% dividend yield. So you can almost guarantee that rates will increase their dividends, but not always. I mean, look at what EPR is. You know, what happened with EPR, they had to suspend everything. Okay, be careful. Be careful. It went from 12 cents to 8 cents. So just keep an eye on it. Maybe you can blame the pandemic card. Be very careful with that. Understand, is that a rate that's in demand, like realty income, you know, oh, that one's in demand. The thing about real estate investment trust, you got to understand what's in their portfolio. And the reason why I say that is if you look at LTC properties, look at EPR properties. It makes sense why EPR properties, thank you for that thumbs up. So what are they diversified in? That's my question. Like, what are they about? So you can tell us what type of specialization they're in. Because like I'm saying, you know, EPR properties was, ooh, I just caught my phone before it fell. EPR property is entertainment properties. So that's a given that that's going to pretty much just stop and not, you know, nobody's going to be there because everything's shut down. So it just makes sense. Look at the airline stocks. You know, that's, you know, those guys took a hit. Look at Carnival. Nah, you're fine. You're here. I'm going to be here for a while, probably until about 10:30. So don't worry about it. But the airline stocks are another one. I mean, they're in a certain sector that took a hit. Real estate in the financial sector, they always take a little bit of a nosedive when things happen. I'm just trying to get people on. See if I can get Matt Money on. Try to share it. I'll try to get more people. We got 11 on here. That's pretty damn good. I didn't think that many would hop on. All right, so I'm going to retweet that on Twitter. So you guys, like I said, a lot of you guys that are new on here, get on Twitter and follow me. Darth Dividend 23 at Darth Dividend 23, because instead of just chatting, you know, and typing, I can actually chat with you, and we can actually chat and speak, which is great. I mean, the interaction would be a lot better. And I hate texting. You know, I hate when, you know, females be texting like, oh, you know, I don't got time to text all day. You know, I'd rather speak, let's talk, let's hang out, chat. I mean, that's the thing, and it's better to interact, speaking, you know, in person, or just speaking in general. It's like a phone conversation. So that's something that's very interesting. I'm trying to think. I mean, you know, a lot of I got another one, Tyson Chicken, Tyson Brands. I always meal prep at that company, obviously for chicken, but CAG, Conagra Brands, they just had a big dividend increase. So next time you go to the store and you're trying to eat veggies, PK, what was the reason for that? I'm trying to think who PK is. I just had a brain freeze. I did hear about that. Park and hotels. Well, I mean, that's a given. I mean, resorts, entertainment, I mean, those guys are going to take a hit. I mean, Epr Properties is still at $50 and 25% dividend. And that's going to go up over time. I know there's a lot of freak out. But I want to mention something because I have done numerous videos on Pfizer. It's not just the vaccine that makes Pfizer a phenomenal company. Just listening to my lectures in antibiotics, antibiotic regimens, and a lot of those products that what's going on, Marie? One of the products that Pfizer carries, antibiotics, strong, potent antibiotics like Zyvox. I mean, those things. If you have antibiotic resistant bacteria, I mean, sometimes even TB antibiotic resistance, that'll go after that. Very strong antibiotics that I see in the hospital, always used. People are getting sicker. There's a rise in hypertension. One of my lectures in cardiology and just learning about hypertension, hypertensive medications, a lot of the ACE inhibitors we give for people that have heart failure and calcium channel blockers, actually the research has shown that it helps with African Americans, and they do sell calcium channel blockers. One of their big things that they always would have was their statins, but hypertension, and it's unfortunate that people don't take care of themselves, but the demand for these medications, another one is labetalol. And I've mentioned labetalol numerous times. That's an IV push medication. They always have shortages because people get in hypertensive crisis. They're non-compliant with their medications. And then we're giving labetalol, we're giving all these medications that are Pfizer products. I mean, it's amazing how many things that Pfizer carries and how effective they are as a company. So it's not just the vaccine that they're making money on. It's they're making money on other products that everybody needs, and the demands are out there. So I just want to give you a heads up that sometimes females who are pregnant and they're in hypertensive crisis and stuff, they need certain medications, first line medications and such for if they're in hypertensive crisis and stuff. So those are very important medications that they carry with Pfizer. And another one is AbbVie. I did a big video on AbbVie, and they carry a lot of products that consumers need. And another thing with Pfizer too is the anti-anxiety medications, the SSRIs, people that have mood disorders and stuff. They have some very good medications for people that can help them. And I do feel bad for those people. I mean, there's a lot of people that need help, psychotherapy, and they're just not. They just unfortunately just don't go and get help. And it's very sad to see, but there are medications to help them that Pfizer carries, which leads to Medical Properties, MPW, another good real estate investment trust that I own. Unfortunately, mental health is off the chain. It's getting very bad. And, it's very sad. I deal with patients that have that. I mean, they're draining. They're mentally draining. I mean, I literally come here. I'm very good at shutting things off. I mean, working on the COVID units in the pandemic, I mean, seeing patients pretty much tank and they're done. I mean, mentally, I've shut it off. I mean, exercise, post videos, interact with you guys. It's a really good thing to get my mind off of things. And but these facilities, acute care facilities, facilities or with rehab and stuff like LTC Properties. LTC is a symbol. That's a monthly dividend stock. Hopefully they'll increase their dividend over time. I don't know yet, but MPW, LTC, OHINHI, very good healthcare real estate investment trust. I don't see anything. Again, I was saying not financial advice, but I'm wrong in those stocks because I know there's a demand for them. There is a demand for those type of dividend stocks. I mean, REITs, they're in demand. I have all my note cards behind me, you know, from just dividend stocks to look at and strategies and all that. It's really interesting. I'm going to be silent. I'm going to see if anybody has any questions or anything, or any good stocks out there that they see. I mean, I'll be glad to respond to that. You know what's another one? I'm very excited for Disney, DIS. Eventually, I see them resuming their dividend. They're a semi-annual dividend stock, and they're just off the chain. I mean, recently, if you saw the news, I'm a big college football fan, and Texas and Oklahoma are joining the SEC. And the SEC, my understanding, the SEC is going to be sponsored, or they're going to have a contract with ESPN. And I'm pretty sure Disney somewhat owns ESPN, generates a ton of revenue from ESPN. They got LucasArts, they got Marvel. I mean, they're just a juggernaut. So that's another thing with these guys and their parks and everything. And you know, they know what they're doing. They're big business. LucasArts, don't forget LucasArts. Those are good Star Wars games. I mean, my name is Darth Dividend. There were some very good Star Wars games. I'm sure there will be future Star Wars games. Of course, I don't have time to play any video games because I'm studying or posting videos or trying to behave myself. Maybe. I did go out last night. Let's see what we got. I'm just trying to see some things that we have. Geez, we're 50 minutes strong. We got 5 followers. I mean, we're doing pretty well right now. Try to get Frank on here. Trying to see if I can get more people hopping on some of these guys. So Frank is a dividend investor, and he hops on here. I'll show you his channel real quick. Just gonna make a post real quick. We got a decent amount of people. If you're new to my channel or you saw my comment that I made on Twitter, just feel free to give me a thumbs up or a comment real quick. So I'm on here for you guys, and you know, this is exciting to do these videos. I think I got you know, I came on earlier, and well, I got enough gas in the tank till about 10:30 for sure. I have to work tomorrow, but really excited to you know, do more things. We got Nick the Ice Pick Rigatoni. Nice name, by the way. What do we got? How can you say no to Johnson & Johnson? I mean, first of all, I'll go over New Jersey Resources. I really want to look into that one that you just made. Like that one. I have heard about it. You got $39.09. 3.41% dividend yield. It's going up. I like it. 1 point for the, it's like, it's down. 2019 it was 51.13. Now it's $39.06. 3.41% dividend yield. Whoa. Okay, let me just see a few things. Hold on. I try to make it very basic. I mean, with these, eventually I may go more in depth, but I want to make it very basic. Just keep an eye on it. Honestly, looks like it generates a ton of money. See its dividend history. That makes sense. I was wondering why there's a dip. So that's just like First Energy. So First Energy had this bribery thing a few years with Larry Householder being a goofball, and their price per share tanked, but they have a nice dividend increase. That was a nice catch, NJR. That looks like that makes perfect sense why what you just said, that they took a huge dip, and then it's like, what is going on? But they have consistently increased their dividend. It's $39.06. That's actually a really good catch. Yeah, it looks pretty strong, honestly. Oh, now let's talk about Johnson & Johnson real quick. First of all, I used one of their Band-Aids the other day. I know that there's some big issues with baby powder. Big deal, they'll be fine. Vaccine wasn't so-so against the variants, but who cares? You know what their biggest product is? And I'm going to tell you right now, this is a first-line medication for pain. They've been really, because of the heroin crisis, is Tylenol. Tylenol, they're really emphasizing Tylenol as a first-line pain medication. And my instructor actually accidentally said Tylenol, and you usually can't say brands, but she's supposed to say like acetaminophen. She's like, Tylenol, I mean acetaminophen. And that's just, I mean, we all say Tylenol now. Look on the shelves. I mean, how many of us have used Tylenol, got a little bit of arthritis, we take that. Non-steroid anti-inflammatories like Aleve and Advil. You know, there's a risk of hurting your kidneys. There's a risk of gastrointestinal bleeding, esophageal bleeding. So you have to be very careful with NSAIDs sometimes. And if you have a bleeding history, you're going to have to just, you know, if you have chronic pain, you're going to have to stick with Tylenol. Now, if you have liver issues, that's a different story. But Tylenol has been pretty consistent with pain medications and, you know, fevers. People are getting fevers. They take Tylenol versus Advil. And they've increased their dividends over time. Got baby shower stuff. They have so many products. They're like their own, like, they're pretty much a conglomerate. Exactly. So you have a fever. There you go. Take Tylenol. have aches or pains, take Tylenol. I work out, leg day, hurting, be miserable at work. I kind of, with anti-inflammatories. The other thing with working out, I kind of believe in this, with the COX inhibitor, with the inflammatory process. They say sometimes it's not a good idea. A lot of pharmacists believe in this, but taking non-steroid anti-inflammatories after you work out might disrupt the healing process. They just say, just do Tylenol instead if you're really sore. Well, it's just a big company. I mean, it's huge. It has a really good reputation, and it's pretty strong, very strong stock. I mean, it's great for a traditional Roth IRA. It's great to as a dividend investing stock. If you have the money, I mean, that is a great dividend growth stock. They have a huge reputation with increasing their dividend. They're pretty smart. Their products are effective. Their products are in demand. I know they're not the best with vaccine, but they'll just make a new one for the variant, and it's a one and done shot or a booster shot, so people will take it. Yeah, it's crazy. I think we just had my hospital, we had a surgeon pretty much leave our hospital system and go work for Johnson & Johnson. I think he was doing research. He's probably making a buttload of money. Trying to get more people on here. Trying to go on Facebook real quick and get some more people. How can you say no to Clorox? I was literally discussing Clorox, and what a great dividend stock. I mean, my gosh. I don't care if the earnings didn't go too well. They're everything. They're everywhere. Kudos. That's what we emphasize: buying the dip, buying it when it's low, and just reinvesting the dividends. That's a very good strategy that people do. Just buying the dip. I mean, that's a lot of people do that with Starbucks. Duke Energy, is that what you're looking at? It is overpriced. I don't really use their beans either. I mean, they're okay, but I mean, you can use. I have beans from my espresso machine, and I can't complain with that at all. And you can just go to the store and buy stuff. Starbucks is a little bit overpriced. I'm with you on that. McDonald's is one that I'm curious to see if they will split their stock. That one's a little interesting with their price per share. It's way up there. Texas Instruments or infrastructure? So where'd you want to do that name, Nick the Ice Pick Rigatoni? It's interesting. We are live. Oh, they're fine. That's one that I need to buy. I wouldn't worry about it. I'll look your channel up right now. Well, I mean, I'm don't want to bring politics up, but I am conservative. But I do believe in the vaccine. I do believe that people have a right to bear arms. I don't want to get political, but a little crazy out there. I just stick to my dividend investing, just do my thing. I mean, it's the best raise you can have. I mean, my employer during the pandemic, first of all, they told us not to wear masks in the beginning, and what happens to CEOs out there and wearing a 3M mask? Oh, you guys are working so hard and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, thanks. And now we're going to get bought off, so I'm okay with that. So I'm trying to think. Duke Energy is a good one. Like I said, First Energy, I was on here. A lot of the energy stocks, they're actually are utility stocks, that are in demand. Like I said, First Energy had issues with the corruption, and I have that on my dividend portfolio. I can't stand them as a company, but they do such a good job of generating revenue and dividend increases that how can you say no to that? Going on, Valerian? You sure you're not the Juggernaut, or are you the Valerian? Don't be slamming through my door like the Juggernaut. That's all I need. I'm trying to sleep or something. How you doing? I'll tell you guys something funny. All of a sudden at work, some people found out I'm a dividend investor and started asking me about dividend stocks. And somebody brought up a Emery that has decreased its dividend over time, and its price per share has gone down. I looked at him and go, why don't you just buy ABR? I go, have you ever seen that one? I go, here, come here for a second, look it up. And I revealed like the dividend history and how successful ABR. I love that. Might be my like top 5 rates, and it's a mortgage backed rate, which is amazing. And it has done so well, and it has increased its dividend over time. It's increased its price per share, and actually in the past 5 years, it's beaten the S&P. It's astounding at how well that stock has done. I find it very amazing at how good and effective that stock has done. That's a pretty good one. Wow, we got a decent amount of people that were on here for Friday night. At one point we were at 10, and things are looking pretty good. I mean, that was fun. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm shocked there's that many people on. You know, it's funny. I'm right about to end stuff. Like when I do it, and everybody pops on. I'm like, oh, I might as well stay a little bit longer and do more videos. It's hilarious. See, now people are starting to pop up. It's just hilarious. Can't go wrong with that. I just did a big thing. Somebody made a comment about Tropicana and Pepsi. I mean, literally big deal, because you got this backing up Pepsi. I have Quaker oatmeal. I mean, that'll be another one. I did forget to mention this dividend stock. I got tape right here, and guess who owns this? 3M. That's another one. 3M. What's going on, Francisco? 3M right here. How do you say no to that? I'm getting my stethoscope repaired. It's a Littman stethoscope. This is beautiful. How much do we use tape in the hospital? How many 3M products do we use in the hospital? EKG stickers. We got Cardinal Health's another one. Like locally over here, we use CAH. That, gosh, they do a good job in wound care and a lot of products that they carry. But 3M, ports, ports, like people that have Metaports, they have like stuff for cleaning and all that. They also have just kits for ports, which is really amazing. And yeah, it's very interesting with all the stuff that they carry. Yeah, I saw that, and I do want to thank him. I'm probably going to send a video with him with certain products on. I think I'll probably send him some stuff, just doing stuff on Pfizer products, because he's a big fan of Pfizer. And I refer him to as Ian is the first dividend avenger. So very exciting to see his channel blow up. I have a feeling he'll probably get to 100,000. And which one did he mention in XYLD? Or I don't know which one he did. But he's the real deal. I mean, there's one dividend investor that does a video that keeps it real, and extremely knowledgeable. I mean, that guy, he's the real deal. If I can get him on here, that'd be amazing. Who knows? I'll probably do a collaboration video with him. I actually just sent him a Twitter or a tweet. I'm like, hey, in a private message. Really? Oh, wow. I had no idea. I know I watched some of his video. You're talking about with Mike, the investor? That's a guy that I need to look into with crypto staking. He is like the crypto staking. Yeah, I mean, I would love to be on his channel and promote him. That would be a lot of fun. And Walgreens, those guys make a ton of money and stuff. I wouldn't worry about them. High yield dividend stock. I mean, I know people want to be negative about Walgreens, but it's a very good one. But Ian is, my gosh, I mean, the way he is a strategist with investing, it's very flawless. I mean, if he had a Gumroad thing, I'd be posting it right away. I mean, well, pandemic's going on. You know, I think that people are a little bit more careful with cleaning. And Nick, I also mentioned about the zappers that they had in COVID units. We had these things that would go in a room and they'd zap everything. And it's like a 99.9% effective of eradicating viruses. C. diff, I don't know if you know what C. diff, and the thing with C. diff is, you know, it's an opportunistic pathogen. People that take chronic antibiotics or a lot of antibiotics, it just takes advantage of the situation because the good bacteria is out, and then it capitalizes. But guess what? Zap, that'll whack it. Clorox has those zapping machines. They'll whack the crap out of it, and that's the thing about that. And the thing that's really interesting with I don't want to sound graphic, but fecal transplant is actually the way that is pretty effective in knocking out C. diff. But Clorox, think about it, cleaning products. People need to clean stuff. I don't care. It's flu season. It's this. There's always going to be bugs. Mark. Oh my gosh, Mark's on here. What's up? This guy, very knowledgeable. Mark, I love being in big Twitter chats and stuff. So that's very fun. It's very exciting. Mark, if Mona's on here, I got to look good for Mona, or else I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. You know. Those zappers are expensive. Life is good. I mean, this is Mark is a very fantastic investor. Mark, you should probably tell people about your portfolio, what you do with investing in passive income. You're pretty good expert in passive income, especially with the real estate and all that. Very good story. But yeah, it's fun doing these videos for everyone. I mean, it's I know sometimes when I'm in those big Twitter chats, it's something like R2D2 or something, or a droid that's like malfunctioning. It's probably the internet connection over there, but who really knows? But our buddy Rob will interrupt everyone, and then you have to like hold back and wait till he's done. But we can have Matt Money. I'll try to get Matt Money on here and sing. It's really interesting. RO. Let me look at that one. Looking that up right now. Oh, $388. Oh man, that's wow. That's pretty good. That's a good one. What about this one? It's a semi-annual. I was out in the bar a few days ago, and that alcohol stock, that spirits and wine stock, Diego, I think I said it right, Diego, is that how you say it? But, you know, I mentioned the symbol, and he goes, oh, that's not a good one. I go, it's not a good stock, you know, for wine and spirits. And I looked at him, I go, dude, what are you drinking right now? He goes, well, Crown. I go, guess who owns them? Diego. And they're a semi-annual dividend stock. They're normally 60-40 with their portfolio, so or their dividend. So 60% one, and then 40%. They do a pretty good job with that one. But I mean, I like my Tanqueray and Tonic. I like my Crown Royal. I mean, those guys own a lot of that, and people, you know, alcohol, you know, people like to drink their booze in the United States. It's kind of like it's going to be like the roaring 20s after this pandemic. People are going to go nuts. They already are going nuts. But another one with real estate is Epr Properties. That one is my favorite, one of my favorite real estate investment trusts because, you know, the pandemic really killed a lot of those stocks. And you knew it would recover over time. And they're very specific as a real estate stock or real estate investment trust because they're entertainment properties and golf resorts, gaming, leisure. And that one just resumed its dividend. It's not as high as it was. It's 25 cents a share, but still that's very attractive as a dividend stock, and it's still down. So it's like right around the 50s. And at one point it was in the 70s. So that's one thing. Just keep an eye on that one. I put more in it. I'm probably going to throw in more. And I just really like the price per share on it right now. It's down. It's just one of those things that I capitalized on because it was so down, and I knew it would resume its dividend. So, you know, just speaking with the board of directors over the phone, they seem pretty confident with that. So, you know, I took a risk, and, you know, big dip. Which one, Mark? EPR or Diego? I mean, I think both of them are pretty solid. But, you know, that one's so down, and traders, I mean, you can buy the dip and sell it if you want. It's just a hot one right now. And people may hit the panic button, you know, the media, they hit the panic button, EPR goes down. Just buy, I'm going to buy more. Yeah, Mark, are you a big fan of real estate investment trusts? I think you pretty much have your own real estate business, right? You own a lot of properties, but do you own real estate investment trusts that are in the stock market as well? By the way, Mark is very knowledgeable in basketball, so him and I talk NBA basketball a lot. So yes, EPR at one point did cut their dividend. It makes perfect sense to cut a dividend because let's think about this. Nobody's going, they shut everything down. Gaming resorts, all this stuff, gaming, leisure, Top Golf, and all that stuff. They own, or I'm sorry, they not own, but they're a major landlord for AMC. I don't think with this delta that people would really go into a movie theater. I mean, I'm going to be going to like a kind of like a celebration for somebody living a life, and he passed away during the pandemic. But you know, it's a lot of people that I know are not vaccinated, and it's like, you know, Do I, if I work on a COVID unit and I potentially could get these guys infected, myself being asymptomatic, I mean, it's a tough decision. I mean, I may have to talk to them and say, I don't know if I want to do this to get you, because a lot of you guys don't want the vaccine, and none of you guys ever had COVID. I mean, they would get whacked in 5 seconds with their health. How can you say no to Caterpillar? So Mark, I have a question with real estate. Why are people are out getting outbid $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on houses, even 60? I heard as high as $90,000. Do you see this continuing? I've seen that. Nerd, that is a really interesting one. I looked into that. What is their dividend yield? Hold on, let me see their dividend history. They have a dividend history? Oh, a dividend yield, I'm reading this, a dividend yield of 0.98%, 1.15% dividend yield, a 32-cent annual dividend. Whoa, dividend growth, 534%. Geez. Wow. That's interesting. Now, do you have Nerd, Mark, in like a Roth or traditional IRA? Are you going to day trade it, or are you just going to reinvest and buy more and let the dividend and then just flip it over time, or what do you think? What do you plan on doing with that? How can you say no to land? I mean, I love land. It's going to get bigger. Going to get bigger. I mean, that price per share, I think that was a great catch by you. Just long-term hold and let the dividends do its job. I think that was a very decisive move, and I think that was a very strong move. I have land as well, Gladstone land. I absolutely love that one. Very slow dividend increase. It's like a 2% dividend. Oh, nice. Reoccurring buys monthly. That's pretty nice. I mean, it's going to just keep on getting bigger and price per share. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of these. It kind of reminds me of the style that people do with what is the one stock that just does annually that's really good. I'm trying to, gosh, I got a brain freeze, but no, there's nothing wrong with that. I like Gain. Gain is I think it's a solid real estate investment, not real estate investment trust. It's a business development company. And the only two BDCs I really like, I just bought Horizon Technologies. They've done pretty well revenue-wise as a business development company. That I find it very interesting. Those three. Now that one I may just hold on to it for a little bit and maybe sell it but I'm just going to reinvest the dividends there. It's at $17 a share, yields like 10 cents. But Gain and Main have increased their dividend histories, and very good business development companies. Remember, 90% of their earnings or whatever they make have to go back to us if you invest in that. Same with real estate investment trust, or else they're in some serious trouble. Well, what tech companies scare you? I mean, there's some very good tech companies out there. I mean, it's amazing with technology, mRNA technology. You know, it's incredible. This mRNA technology, I do think Moderna. I know they don't distribute a dividend, but that's way overvalued. But QYLD has Moderna. So I guess I do own shares of Moderna because it's in QYLD. So I'm pretty sure it's in it, somewhat. Or you can be in like VHT or something like that with Vanguard. You can get Moderna in there. It's not bad. My little 3M tape here. So we use this all the time. Like literally, I can't even tell you how many times. I mean, you rip out an IV 4x4, and guess what the 4x4 usually is? Cardinal Health. So yeah, 3M, and then you do Cardinal Health. And there's just a lot of companies out there. Mark, thank you for the shout. I just saw that on Twitter. I'm looking forward to group chats. Like I'm telling you guys, just follow me on Twitter. I basically give you hints on what stocks, that are on my radar, or videos that I post. But I do speak my mind with certain stocks, like like certain ones, like bank stocks, that I find really good, nice dividend yield, or other type of stocks out there in certain sectors. Like I just did one on insurance stocks. So Nick, do you have a retirement pension? I mean, I treat dividend investing as a retirement pension, and that's kind of what I'm going to do. I know I'm not going to have a $4 million portfolio or a $5 million or maybe even a $2 million or $1 million, but I'm just going to have dividends. I have a goal to make $1,000 to $3,000 a month. My monthly dividends, $2,000 to $4,000. But I do think, Nick, it is a very good strategy. And I don't know how you guys do it as EMTs. I mean, literally, I've worked in the ER floating at my previous job. I mean, you literally Narcan people, and that 3 hours later they're back in the ER. You have to Narcan them. One girl told me that I was a devil's child after I Narcaned her. I basically saved her life, Narcanning her, and being called was it devil's child? Yeah, it was the devil's child and the Antichrist. And I looked at her and said, well, you might be right. So it could be it. Hence dark dividend. But that's good. I think, because I know a lot of people that are teachers too that are on state retirement pensions, EMT firefighters that are on pensions, and wow. I'm sorry to hear that. That's wow. That must have been a terrible experience. I mean, World Trade Center. I remember, gosh, sophomore in high school. This is 2001. I'll never forget that. I mean, I was just done with my biology class, came up to geometry, and I'm just like, telling my teacher, I'm like, can you turn the TV on? Like, there's something that happened. Like the towers are on fire. He's like, what? It's like, yes, a plane crashed into it, and they're saying another plane did it. And we're like, what is going on here? It was crazy. I mean, that was nuts. Ooh, just thinking about. I mean, that was bad. That was a changing event with United States history. Jeez. Wow, that's pretty serious. Which one do you want? ARR. Wow, that's got to give you kudos. I mean, you know, that was very, very serious event that happened, and you know, kudos to you guys. You know, the firefighters, and you know, we still have. I have an NYPD thing and a New York thing for a reason. You know, because of you guys, and kudos to you. Proceed with caution with Armor Resident ARR. First of all, it's a dividend yield of 11.67. Got to watch with those low PEs. So it went from 17 cents, 9 cents, 10 cents. Just be careful with that one. I looked at that one. I did look at that. Just gotta be careful. Just looking at their earnings. So you got, I mean, just by looking at it now, I'll see if it has increased. Don't like it. I'd be careful with that when I'm just looking at its sales and revenue, sales and growth. Just keep an eye on it with the trends. I mean, it 2017 is 272.27 million, then 35.97. That was a big nosedive. Just keep an eye on it. I mean, I don't know. Just watch it. I mean, could it do well? I mean, just understand. I'll look at it. I mean, it is. So here's the thing. 2016, it was $20.17. 2012, it was $61.60. 2014, $34. 2016, $20.54. $16 in 2019, October 11th. $19 in January 31st. Took a huge nosedive. If you got the dip, yeah, that's a good move buying something with a dip. $7.80 right now, but it's right at $10.50. I would be careful with that. I mean, look at its dividend. Look at its dividend history. Look at its revenue, the price per share. If something's dropping, they must suck. I mean, or something's not good. I would look into further research into it before you make a move. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but you got to be extra careful and proceed with caution with things that have decreased in price per share versus, like I always say, look at Arbor Realty Trust. Price per share has increased. Dividend has increased consistently. Revenue has increased. Sales and growth have increased. They have a really good business model. So I myself, again, not financial advice. Always, I say entertainment purposes, disclaimer, in the comment section. But look and see why it is. Is it in demand? Is it good? Do they have a good reputation? So those things that I look into with high dividend yields, just got to be extra careful. So like Horizon, HRZN, the business development company. Ooh, my back's feeling it. It's from deadlifting. It's a good soreness though. But just be extra careful when it comes to those type of REITs and those type of business development companies that have not done well in the long run and have struggled a little bit. So just be careful. I mean, you like money increasing, like seeing like an increase in dividends. You like an increase in revenue, stuff like that. That's important. Thank you for that. Iron Mountain I own. I'm long. Love it. Absolutely love it. Anytime medical documents, papers, sign of consent over here in Cleveland area, where I'm at, Northeast Ohio, go straight to Iron Mountain. There's one in the area. So I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Wow, there's more of you guys now. Geez, 14. Every time I always say, I'll be on here until 10:30. I'll stick around until about 10:45, and then go from there. I do have to work tomorrow. PTY. Sarah said Ian gave me a shout out. You'd have to. $21.12, 7.39% dividend yield. It's an income fund. Consistent 13 cents. That's not bad. Look, Nick, let me just say this. I hate First Energy. I can't stand them as a company. But I have to pay my electric bill because of these guys. And Verizon has increased their dividend over time. Now, my internet connection sucks here. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Mark would probably be laughing because sometimes I'd be on the group chats and Twitter and everything just falls apart, when I'm on there because of the internet connection. And, that's just how it is. I mean, AT&T, here's the thing. I have AT&T. I know the problem. you're going to maybe have a dividend cut, you know, in a little bit, but it is what it is. I mean, I just have to deal with it. Probably going to get off in a few minutes. Man, you guys have been fantastic on here. We got 10 people listening. I own it. I mean, I like it. I own it, and that's just how it is. How can you go wrong with credit card stocks? That's another thing. I think I'm going to be live next week, though. If a lot of you guys are on here, more active, I'll maybe do a Monday night one. I don't mind doing that. I mean, it'll keep me out of trouble. It's still a good stock. Now look, Kevin, think about this. You swipe your credit card anywhere, okay? Gas pump, you go to the, it's very simple. Gas pump, you go to the register. I mean, literally, I just made a purchase with, you know, this, and I got a deal on it. But there still has to be a fee that they pay people. So, you know, that's a thing that's, you know, convenient. So credit card companies, they're beautiful. They're not going anywhere. They're phenomenal. JP Morgan, beautiful stock, awesome stock. That's probably the best bank stock out there. So you can't really go wrong with that. I'm gonna have a nightcap and then go to sleep. Probably grab a drink and that's it. Gotta enjoy, you know, still enjoying everything. I mean, you guys have been phenomenal on here. I'm gonna keep on doing videos. I mean, I'll be live. I have a little bit of a break finally from my semester. And yeah, I'm just excited to do more videos with you guys. It's relieving to me to do this. So, you know, this is a good stress reliever for me, for sure. You know, I can't, and I got to thank you guys, you know, for doing, being on here. 5K subscribers. Hopefully, by the end of the year, we'll get to 10,000 and we'll just keep on going. I mean, this is for you guys. This is, you know, we are 5,000 dividend warriors strong. You guys are doing well. Well, I feel pretty confident, by the way, being vaccinated. And, you know, I'm not too worried about if I get sick because I have some form of immunity and everything and go from there. But, we'll see what happens, but you guys take care and thank you for being on here. And you know, I'll see you guys this weekend. I'm gonna have to do a new intro video, so you guys let me know what you think. Maybe I'll do that Monday or Tuesday or something like that. But you know, you guys have been awesome. So thank you again and have a good one.